This video is sponsored by Storyblocks. So we've come back to the place where I fiddle about with the Hasselblad X2D for a bit more fiddling about. But this time, I've got another Hasselblad. That's a lot of hassle. Come on, let's go. Because now, with the introduction of this little cutie, this little sexy cutie, you remember I called it sexy cutie? So I picture you with thigh-high stockings and high heels on. So since the introduction of this sexy cutie, as I called it last time, the dilemma of which £8,000 camera should you buy? Oh God, first world problems, eh? Has become more difficult. What should you spend your 8K on? Because they're quite similar actually, in terms of the innards. I mean, this has got 1TB SSD, this has got 1TB SSD, phase detection autofocus, phase detection autofocus, and essentially same sensor. What is that?
Light up Kingston thing. Every time we have to do something, people think of, LED.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, this is the Hasselblad X2D. Enough of the random dismissive talk about LEDs. This is the X2D.
So it's a smiley face.
The X2D, launched in September 2022, certainly got us smiling with excitement over the evolution of one of Hasselblad's best-looking modern digital cameras, which culminated in it being armed with an impressive 100 megapixels of 16-bit photo shooting capability. The 2020 907X with CFV 100C back takes 16-bit RAW files too, but at a measly 50 megapixels. Thankfully, Hasselblad introduced the CFV 100C last month that evens things up for the 907X by using the same sensor as the X2D. They should take pretty much the same photo, got the same lens on, it should look exactly the same. But there is a subtle difference when it comes to ergonomics. It is mostly a battle of the case shapes. Which one suits your style of shooting best? One is more conventional, the other is kind of more classic in the way you use it. With the catchily named 907X plus CFV 100C back, I think this is a great idea. I mean, there's numerous possibilities with changing over back. You can take off the CFV 100C back and then mount it to an old Hassie film body. You can't do that with an X2D because you'd essentially be breaking the camera in two.
That camera body is basically a mount.
Yeah.
This is the camera body.
Yeah.
Yes.
With a button on it.
Yeah.
But potentially in the future, maybe they'll have a better screen, obviously they'll change the sensor. For now, this is the smallest and lightest digital medium format camera. It's incredibly satisfying to have that imaging power in such a small package. Locke was saying that when he was working as a photographer's assistant, that they would use the waist level and viewfinder and switch between them depending on the shoot. You know, even if you're doing shots like this and you're using an electronic viewfinder, you'd have to be down like this. Yes, old school waist level shooting has lots of benefits. Of course, with the X2D, you do have a screen that tilts like that, so, you know, you can do the same thing. Let's not forget that the X2D has a screen that tilts, so it can do the waist level shooting too. It's just that I feel like the 907X is better suited for it. The 907X is a more discreet looking device, which complements the less confrontational waist level way of shooting.
But also this design, like you hold it like a box and then the button in the front, it's designed to be held like this. When you hold a conventional camera in waist level, it's a bit awkward.
Like if you do it like this, I think this is a comfortable position for waist level shooting.
Yeah, you have to change how you grip it. Now the grip is basically redundant. You don't really actually need the grip when you're holding it waist level.
It's not flush, but actually it's nice, isn't it?
It is.
That is quite a nice grip. It's not completely flush, but it's nicely done.
But it looks like it's like part of the design.
Exactly.
It doesn't look like any other.
Like a Q3.
But how do you do eye level shooting with this?
You can do that. It looks a bit awkward, doesn't it? It's like a trigger.
A bit awkward, especially the trigger.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps it would be less awkward with the grip. But still, you kind of have to hold it outwards like that.
But then there you go, your system camera, you can add a grip. you can remove it.
Yeah. If the grip is something that you don't always like, then this is perfect. They do also have an optical viewfinder that you can put on it, but then, I don't know. For medium format, when the depth of field is shallow, don't know if I would risk it. The 907X is better for waist level, but I don't feel like it's ergonomically suited for eye level, so you're pretty much all in for the waist level kind of way. Bear in mind that with this way of taking photos, the closer you get to your subject, you might find that you end up having to point the camera upwards, which can work to make your subject look more imposing. But any doubts, and you'll probably be better off with the X2D. After coming from the 907X, mentally I'm in the waist level kind of shooting. I should use the EVF. EVF diopter, eye sensor distance. You've got short or normal. Let's try normal. I think that's presumably because some people might not like it when it just switches on when you just put your hand in front of it. And in fact, it's not that sensitive. Look. Some cameras, when you do this, the wax on, wax off, it would instantly change.
Sometimes just your camera strap.
Yeah.
Even when you're doing waist level shooting, you put it too close to your body, then it just switch off.
Yeah. I think even this on normal, it's good.
Is that different if you pull the screen out a lot? Yeah.
That's good. They've designed it with people in mind. They're both great to use, although the X2D has more dedicated dials and buttons, obviously. The interface and menu system on both cameras are just perfection. So it has got IBIS, which is a significant advantage of X2D over the 907X Plus CFV 100C. This has got IBIS. So let's show you how low can you go.
Big rotating thing with a lot of licensing problem.
1/6 of a second. I mean, as much as I'm saying that the 907X Plus CFV 100C is really, really cool, this is really nice as well.
Yes.
It's made by Swedish hands. There's not many visible screws on this. When you think of other cameras, there's some kind of line where it pieces together, or this just looks like one block. That's magic. How did he get things inside? It's like, you know, those bottles with the ship inside. How did they do it? How did they get it inside? And how do you get it out? Is it through the battery slot? Yeah, pretty much the same technique as ancient Egyptians used to pull brains out of noses. By the way, the battery slot is really cool. Let's not drop that. I wonder if it's the same one as last time. No, it doesn't have a scratch. It doesn't drop.
It doesn't drop.
Push it up and then drops. Oh.
Someone still managed to drop it.
Oh no, I've scratched it.
Well, usually you won't put it in, put it out, put it in, put it out.
It sounds like a script for an adult movie. Light up Kingston.
More LED lights.
They've lit it up in sort of like a 90s style graphics. At least Hasselblad's AF system is not old-fashioned. Both have phase detection autofocus, 294 AF points, although the X2D has 97% coverage versus the CFV 100C's 94%, it won't make too much difference. The speed is the same, reliability decent for both. Lock, we can have you behind there. I think this is a must-have lock. Quick, before they take it down. Yes. Oh yeah, you know the magic. That's the money shot right there. Both cameras have face detection, great for portraits, but none of the fancy vehicle detection you see on full-frame mirrorless cameras. But it works fine, at least on shopping trolleys anyway. With the X2D, there's more buttons, more dials, so it makes it a lot easier if you're coming from any other regular mirrorless camera. If you just want more control, this is it. It's got front and rear dials. Of course, you've got the screen buttons here, but then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 dedicated buttons for settings changing. Also, the X2D has the top LCD, whereas the 907X, you rely solely on that rear LCD. With the 907X, you've just got the buttons for the screen there, and then for changing settings, you've just got one dial. And then the button on the side switches between shutter and aperture. And that's pretty much it. Both mostly the same tech. The X2D is the contemporary camera, and the 907X has one foot in modern with the other in Hasselblad's wonderful past. Get the 907X for the uniquely Hasselblad experience, the X2D for a truly great modern medium format camera.
I mean, look, I don't know what you're thinking. It's just, he's got a red jacket. It looks like a red jacket of postman.
Let's comment. People, comment down below.
Yes. Do I look like postman?
For me, I'm pretty sure I've made my mind up about which Hasselblad I'd go for. Okay, there's more random gear talk and some banter to follow, but first, a quick sponsored message. And just a quick break to talk about Storyblocks, the sponsor of this video, a website that I go to add some visual spice to my videos, whether it be quite literal or as loosely interpreted as possible. The great thing about using Storyblocks is that there's unlimited downloads on royalty-free stock media, hence gratuitous and, may I say so, creative use of it to buffer up the visuals for this sponsored segment. It includes stock video and images, but also templates for After Effects, Premiere, DaVinci Resolve, and also Apple Motion. And as you might have heard in this video, royalty-free music and sound effects too. For Adobe Premiere users, there's a plugin that lets you access all of the Storyblocks goodness without leaving Premiere. Fantastic. Anyway, you can learn more about Storyblocks and sign up for your account using the link right here and down below in the description box. You can cancel anytime you like. Give it a try.
So which one should you go? It really depends on whether you like sexy cutie or just plain modern sexiness, pure sexiness.
Like classic sexy and
Just completely sexy. It's not even subtly sexy, it's just complete all-out sexiness. It's like purely designed to be sexy. And this, depending on how you look at it, it's like, oh, that's quite cute, but oh, it's a bit sexy, isn't it? It's like, oh, whoa. Essentially what it comes down to is which one do you fancy more, really? It's not like one is particularly better than the other. One has IBIS, and that's essentially that. Otherwise, what it boils down to is form factor. And not that one is better than the other, it's just, do you like it? I could have made this video a lot shorter. Hong Kong has come to Kingston. How do we get in? They've redefined the maze lock. Oh, this would look amazing at night. I think it says something that the only other people in this maze right now are 3-year-old kids. We've been fooled by the maze.
It's like the Bruce Lee. In, what was it? Into Dragon? No.
Into Dragon. I think is it Enter the Dragon? Yeah.
That older guy, he's always a villain.
Yeah.
In any movie or TV show.
That's how amazing that film is. I don't imagine Locke would watch any kung fu films.
Oh, Bruce Lee is great.
Oh, you like Bruce Lee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's just gorgeous.
It is. I just love holding it. That's why I took the strap off. I don't want to strap on Locke. I want to strap off. Because then you can feel its sexiness more. When you've got the strap on, it's like you can't feel the body, the flesh of it. When the strap on, you've got this thing in the way. It's never good to have a strap on in the way. You can't love it as much. You can't love its sexy cutie.
But use protection though, kids.
Yeah, I think it's best to use protection, especially for something this expensive. Although kids probably shouldn't be doing it, to be honest. Modern sexiness can't go back into classic sexiness.
It's chrome.
It's chrome. Oh, just look at it. It feels so good. It's leatherette. With leatherette, it's like some bondage stuff. So it's kind of like it does a bit of both.
Why?
It's
Why? Why, guys?
Hey, when I said strap on, you thought S&M.
Because I'm not
In your
curious
mind-
enough to
in your mind,
look
you're thinking about.
Look at what it is.
Hey, I don't go online shopping for strap on.